Hey guys, just before I kick off this video, I was about to upload my News Friday video, and I've just got this piece of information, so I'm just going to put this at the beginning of the video, so I know, because I know a lot of you guys are very interested in the PlayStation 4 update 4.50. Okay, so the Sony details are right in front of me, so I'm just going to read directly from the article for you. Okay, the 4.50 will introduce an external hard drive support. I know a lot of you guys want that, which supports USB 3.0 to be recognized by a console. According to the official PlayStation blog, hard drives of up to 8 TB are compatible. You'll also be able to download and install directly from them. Custom wallpapers will also be added as a part of the update, so you can set your favorite in-game screenshots as the background image for PS4 home screen. They have this on Xbox, they don't really use it, and I don't really see much of a screenshot in itself. Meh, whatever. But with PlayStation, hopefully it's a little bit better, and we can see better, you know what I mean? So you can really appreciate that image of what you capture in-game. I won't lie. I'm hoping it's better, you know what I mean? Okay, so the PS4's home screen effects, such as drop shadows on text and dim functions the functions will help keep the system's icons and text on the home screen clearly visible. Even if the background image you selected is super bright, screenshots can be edited in the Share Factory to be further customized. But that's great news. I don't really use these Share Factory elements. I know people have mastered it. I personally don't care about it. I've got my recording software, so I don't really fuck with any of that stuff. But I know it's got some interesting features, but I don't fuck with it. I just haven't gotten to know it, to be honest with you. I won't even lie. Okay, the quick menu, which is accessed by holding down the PS button on the PS4 controller, will also be refreshed to make it even more accessible. It will cover less of the gameplay screen and give players quicker access to party features. The notification list has been simplified. It is now a single list that surfaces information on game alerts, downloads, uploads. Additionally, the ability to post directly into the activity feed has also been added. And finally, the update will let 3D movies be viewable in stereoscopic 3D using the PlayStation VR headset. Sony has said there will be more features on the update 4.50, and it will have additional info including the launch timing in the weeks to come. So it's not out yet. It will be coming out in weeks to come. They'll be releasing more information on that as well. No word on the changing name. That kind of sucks. I was hoping that would be with this next big update. That would be the big thing. So in summary, customizable backdrops, more party features, or like just simplifying of the menu, and of course that 8 TB hard drive thing. You can have, don't have to be 8 TB, it can go up to 8 TB, which is great for a lot of people that have a lot of games and stuff like that. I haven't got an external hard drive. I don't fuck with it that much. Once I complete the game, I just delete it off my system, but I know a lot of you will appreciate that. Well guys, that has been the 4.5 update. Please enjoy the rest of this week's News Friday. Hey guys, welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I hope you enjoyed the new intro that I've got. Hopefully there'll be a few upcoming changes in the next few weeks, etc, regarding that. Small stuff, but it will be a change nonetheless. So yeah, just to give you a simple update on that. There will be a food review out as well tomorrow. I'll let you know via Instagram what that is. I'll put an Instagram picture up. It'll be up before this video even goes live. So you can definitely check out my Instagram. All the links to my social media will be in the link in the description below. If you are watching this on Facebook, don't forget to check me out on YouTube as well for my gameplay videos, etc. Anyway, so jumping in straight away with the first story, the Switch subscription. Yes, the Nintendo Switch will have a subscription-based service. I haven't heard of this before being done on Nintendo. I don't pay much attention to Nintendo because I don't buy their products. Not that they're bad, I just don't. I'm a PlayStation, PC, or Xbox gamer. Whatever, that's just the way it is with me. So Nintendo Switch now has an online subscription, like the Xbox One and PS4. Tatsumi has said that it will cost between 2,000 and 3,000 yen per year. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to be that kind of price in the US, UK, and EU. It might change, it might differ. They might up it, who knows. But I think they'd be smart to stick with the low price point and, you know, then get more people in. And I think that's always better to be cheaper than your you know, your rivals in Xbox One or PS4. I know a lot of people will say we're calling them rivals, but the power is different, blah blah blah, and you could argue that. But Nintendo has its fan base, and you know, it will gain more fans, etc., etc. And these fans are lifelong fans, by the way, so they will keep buying, and I don't blame them for that. You know what I mean? Like, I will keep buying the PlayStation, etc., etc. So what does this mean in terms of money-wise of this 2,000 and 3,000 yen in the USA? Well, in USA money, or dollars, it'd be $17 or $26. Now, say in between, actually, because it might be a double price point. It might be $17 for 6 months, $26 for a year. Don't know, unsure. But like I said, $17 between $26. In the EU, that would be 16 euros or 24 euros, and in sterling or the British pound, it would be £14 and £21. So between those areas right there. As I said, this is not 100% like guaranteed. They may change it, they may up it or whatever, but I think it's a nice low point, and it does cover you for the entire year apparently, or I assume the higher one does anyway. But as I said, it may change overseas. However, what comes with this actual product, the actual service? Well, you get online mode, okay, 101. So you have to pay to play online. That's 100%. But like the PlayStation and the games with gold, as it were, you get a free game, but it's only one free game. However, you're only allowed to have this game for 1 month. Now, that's disappointing. I think that's really stupid, to be honest with you. So I download a game. It's free, indie or new, whatever, and I only keep it for 1 month. Even though I have a subscription next month, I just keep it for that 1 month, and then poof, it goes. That's stupid. I think that's a bad way of doing it. I think they should let you keep the game. I think worse ways, I mean, people would have accepted, okay, we've downloaded it, we own it, as long as we have a subscription, we get to play it. That would have been cool. But to break away from your competitors, you could have just said, well, once you've downloaded the game, you don't have to have a subscription anymore. I don't know, just to be a little bit more favourable, just try and be a little bit different and put a spin on something that's already been done, and put a better scope on it, as it were, so people look at it more and go, that's better value. I think that would have been the smartest thing to do. The price point is quite right, but I'm kind of disappointed that you only get to keep the game for 1 month. I think that's disappointing and will put me off. If anything, I would probably, even if they did that with a PlayStation or whatever, I would probably still pay the yearly subscription, because I would play it online as and when. But other than that, I feel kind of disappointed in that. So I don't know how that's going to go down with Nintendo, you know, fans, as it were. But just as someone who pays for a subscription, I would like to keep the game full time. I think that kind of sucks. But anyway, the subscription basically debuts this fall. So yeah, 2017, so that's pretty good. It's already coming out and everything. So there's going to be a new console, but I think it's the power of the PS3. I don't know. I can't remember the exacts of it right now. I haven't looked into that, but you know, just to give you a heads up on what the price points were is the point of what I'm trying to say in this particular bit of news. Next up, we have some sad news. Well, we got mixed news right now. Chelsea ex-football player, well, ex-player Frank Lampard has retired from football, age 38, after spending last season in the USA. He won 3 Premier League titles, 1 Europa League, 2 League Cups, 4 FA Cups, and a Champions League. So good luck to him. He is doing his coaching badges and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see where he's been a player with all the best managers in the world in Jose Mourinho. Then we've got, oh man, so many. Hidick. Oh man, I can't remember that other guy's name. What was his name? The Bayern Munich manager. Oh man, I can't remember his name, but whatever. He's been with so many different managers that with all his knowledge built up, I would like to think he would be a successful manager. It doesn't mean it's going to work out for you anywhere and everywhere. He has to cut his teeth in the actual game, as it were, or in the manager role. You know, so that's going to be quite interesting. So good luck to him in the future. Also, some other sad news. Now, I ain't got much information on this about his age or his name, his real name. But the actor who played Watari in the live-action movie of Death Note has passed away. As I said, I'm not sure of his age or his name right now. I didn't find that, or I'll be honest, I tweeted about it. But whatever. He has passed away. So that's sad. Also, he passed away on the January 22nd was the father of Pac-Man. He died aged 91. Masaya Nakamura, I know I probably got the first name probably wrong. He started the company in 1955 and the game went on sale in 1980s. With its main rival, I think, being Space Invaders. Apparently, it is estimated to be the game has been estimated to have been played more than 10 billion times. The Guinness Book of World Records named it the world's most successful coin-operated arcade game ever, I suppose, and that's crazy. I think about that. Over 10 billion. There's 7 billion people in the world right now. Okay, on world population. That's everyone in the world has played Pac-Man. Then another 3 billion times plus more. You know what I mean? 10 billion plus. That's crazy. I will probably Google how much that guy was worth or that company was worth. Oh man, it's fucking crazy. It also Namco was the original company. Merged with Bandai, so Namco Bandai they call it, merged in 2005. The Pac-Man series Pac-Man game came to PS4 and Xbox One, as well as mobile games as well. And t-shirts, an animated show, lots of merchandise, and even a breakfast cereal. Crazy. For a game that was non-violent and very simplistic, it was addictive. A lot of people played it. I even played it back in the 90s at school. You know, it was one of those small games, and that was a treat to play. You know, like I said, I mean, hell, I only got a computer in 2009. So, you know, even though I played it in the 90s, I didn't get a computer until 2009. And that's very recent, you know what I mean? And here I am doing YouTube, etc. But that's crazy. I'd love to know how much that man was worth. Jesus Christ. 10 billion times. That's insane. They are holding a private wake for Nakamura, and they are not releasing any details about his death. They want to keep it private, and, you know, you have to respect that, I suppose. And there will be a separate wake, or separate, you know, memorial or whatever Bandai Namco has said in the coming weeks or days, whatever. So yeah, I'm always reporting on sad news, but these are things going on in the gaming world right now, and they need to be said. Okay, our next story. Okay, the next one is EA have confirmed to their investors that a new Need for Speed game will launch in March 2018. I'm not a racing fan. Whatever, it is what it is. But don't confuse that with EA's Korean studio, who is actually making, was also making a Need for Speed game called Need for Speed Edge. It will be the first mainstream game since its reboot in 2015. But it doesn't have a name just yet. This new one that's just been announced. That all the information they're giving is that it will be an ambitious project and will focus on online competitive play. So maybe it be a new esports, who knows, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very big into racing games, and so you got two. You got one from the Koreans, EA Korean studio coming out called Need for Speed Edge, and this new one has been announced as well. And I believe, as I said, March 2018 this new one will come out, so not too long to wait. Well, alright, call it a year, just over a year, but at least you've got something kind of solid. But then again, there's always you know, delays and that kind of stuff, so who knows what happens, especially with the Korean one. If that's already in production, that might come out a lot sooner. Also, to deal with EA, Battlefront 2 will have a story mode and feature new characters and locations from the movie series coming out in the holiday of 2017. So, you know, it's going to be Christmas, bound to be. Saying it will be even bigger than the previous game. Now, I wanted to pick up Star Wars, the last one, but it didn't have a story mode for me. It just had online. I liked it. I played the beta. I've got the beta on my YouTube channel. But I want to play a story. Now, even if this new game comes out, I still got to catch up with the movies and everything else. And I know I'm just going to be sitting there with the story of this new one and being like, what? You know what I mean? And people will just laugh at me for that, because I won't know a fucking thing. But I did 100% want to play a Star Wars game, and it looked interesting, a new universe, the gameplay was fun, so that would have been really cool, but I can't wait to play that. I will eventually get around to playing. Like I said, I've got a load of backlog games to play as well. So, yeah, that's happening with EA. Next up is a Splinter Cell live-action movie, and I got to be honest with you, as soon as I read that headline, I was already fucking bored. I personally did not like the Splinter Cell series. I never liked it. He was a rival to Snake. I am a Metal Gear Solid fanboy, and I will not apologise for that. It's just the way it is. And when I did play these Splinter Cell games, I found them boring. I legitimately did. The gameplay was too slow and boring. But ironically, you could say, but ain't Metal Gear the same? And I kind of agree with you there. It's just me, the fanboy in me came out, and I do not like Splinter Cell. So the idea of this gets a fucking live-action movie ahead of Metal Gear is beyond me. Hell, I would have forgiven Konami partly and said, fuck it, I love you again, make the movie of Metal Gear happen, and it hasn't, and there you go, whatever. So how this fucking gets a go ahead, I will never know. But then again, it doesn't surprise me on how Konami act anyway, fucking dicks. But anyway, so yeah, so he's a rival to Snake, so I never liked Splinter Cell series. They are planning, now the actual movie is going to expand on the story's backstory, the game's backstory, sorry, it's going to expand on it. So basically they're making this into a live action movie, like an action movie. So it ain't going to focus on one particular game. Now I'm not too sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. They always casual up these video game to movie things. They make them casual for a lot of casuals to get into. I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing. A lot of people hate video game movies. I love Doom. I like the Resident Evil series, even though I'm kind of happy it's ending now with the last one, whatever it's called. I will eventually see it. I own the whole series. They don't particularly do well. I am interested in seeing the Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, by the way, made over $210 million at the box office, so I'm absolutely 100% want to see that. So yeah, touch and go. Splinter Cell, I probably won't go out my way to see or even buy. If I see it, it'll probably be on Netflix or something. Now, the only thing that might save this movie, at least for me in terms of acting, is they've got a good actor. Now, when I say a good actor, they got someone with reputation, a bit of clout, you know what I mean? A little bit of oomph there, and that is Tom Hardy. If you don't know Tom Hardy, he played in the Legends movie. Not a great film, that movie. Not a great film, but very good acting. And he also played Bane in the Batman movie, so I have complete faith in his acting ability. I'm just unsure about the film. Maybe it's a great film, and I just enjoy it and casually go in there and think, as a casual, oh my god, it's a great movie. Who knows? But with the likes of Bourne Identity, James Bond, and all the rest of it, I don't know how this one's going to really play out. Yes, it will have its own backstory. Probably, would there be a series? I don't know. I'm kind of touch and go on all these movies coming out to do with video games. Like I said, depends on what your personal opinion on that as well. You know what I mean? But I know they're not very popular. These particular video game to movies, you know what I mean? It just ain't that popular compared to. I mean, casuals go to see it, but I know a lot of fanboys don't like them, and that's the way it is. It's never done perfect. I didn't really like the World of Warcraft movie. Was good. That's all I'm gonna say is good. Very easy to understand, but that was it. Well, I'm gonna say good. I'd say okay. It was passable. It's fine. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hoo-ha about it. I've only watched it once. And I wouldn't say it's my top 10 or anything like that, but it exists and it's an okay movie. So, you know, I know, it is what it is. Okay guys, the final couple of stories, before I end this week's News Friday, is Final Fantasy related. Now, the director of Final Fantasy 15 wants to bring the game to PC with the possibility of people adding mods and their own quests to the game. That would be pretty interesting. And he also wants to see it on a technical level out of interest on high-spec PCs. But there is currently no such port actually going on, which actually amazes me considering the fact that the game was already on PC, or previous titles was on PC. I'm quite astonished to see it ain't on PC already, you know what I mean? Or maybe already in the pipeline, as it were. So I'm quite shocked at that, considering the fact that the previous games have been turn-based games. I have played Final Fantasy 15 on the PlayStation 4, and it's my first Final Fantasy, and I absolutely loved it. I played it for 6 or 7 hours straight, got 11 trophies. It wasn't mine, though. My friend bought it over, and I borrowed it for about a day or two. And actually a really good game, and I'd highly recommend paying full retail price for that game if you are a Final Fantasy fan or whatever. Even if you're just a fan of the old games, jump into this new one. It's fantastic, and I absolutely highly recommend it. And that's from a complete noob, but the story is always fantastic. But if you are on PC, well, if you already got Final Fantasy, or maybe you want to build up or get into the lower end stories that already are Final Fantasies on the PS4 already, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac the Zodiac Age, sorry, comes to PS4 on July the 11th, 2017 for the USA and EU. No word on the Australian release date, believe it or not. With better backgrounds, cutscenes, character models, and players can choose between the English and Japanese dubbed voices, which is fantastic. An option that I really would appreciate in every game. Yakuza 0, I would love that shit, because I play a lot of. I've always said that Japanese games always have fantastic stories, but the gameplay sucks. But now the gameplay is starting to get to a point where I can actually feel, yeah, this is really good and I can play it. But I want those dub voices that would really enhance it and really put the value on. I mean, I read movies with subtitles. I do that for 90 minutes plus. But when it comes to a game, I'm going to find it very frustrating, very annoying to read the story. Oh, I missed what he said. I can't rewind it. You know what I mean? It's very irritating that way. But I'm happy to give my money full price for a game that puts in that extra effort, and I would encourage other developers around the world, whatever country you're in, or specifically Japan or whatever, to put in those English dub characters. But yeah, so that's Final Fantasy out of the way. And finally, EA brings back, obviously, FIFA 18, the year-on-year series, and brings The Journey, the Season 2. I wanted to carry on with Alex Hunter, but apparently they're saying they've got new characters and new storylines. Of course, always going to be new storylines, etc. New characters added in, but they're not saying it's about Alex Hunter. I hope to God it is. I want to do things like carry on with the story, progress with him throughout his career. So, for example, winning the league, maybe getting an England call-up, qualifying for the Champions League. Maybe all these things will be done in the next couple of FIFAs. You know, it's relatively short, the journey itself. But yeah, a really fantastic story in the last FIFA. I can't wait for them to expand on it. Okay, if it's new characters, I'm going to play either way. It's just be a bit disappointing. But still, I'm a fanboy and I buy it every single year. So I just hope to God that they have the same character. But if not, it is what it is. And, you know, I'll still play it regardless and enjoy that. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this week's News Friday. Follow me on social media, all in the link in the description below. Give this video a like, share it with your friends, comment on what your opinions and views are on this week's stories. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.